أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا وعظيمنا وطبيب قلوبنا وشفيع نفوسنا أبي القاسم محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين وأصحابه الحر الميامين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. الحمد لله الذي جعلنا من المتمسكين بولاية سيدي ومولاي علي بن أبي طالب عليه السلام. الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. أما بعد، قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم: أدبوا أولادكم على ثلاث: حب نبيكم وحب أهل بيتي على قراءة القرآن. The Holy Prophet says in a hadith in Jami' al-Saghir, volume 1, page number 14, أدبوا أولادكم على ثلاث. Train your children in three aspects. Number one, the love of your Prophet. Number two, the love of the Ahlul Bayt, حب أهل بيت. Number three, على قراءة القرآن, the recitation of the Holy Quran. However, we need to ask ourselves, was the Quran only revealed in order for us to recite and read, which has its own merit, no doubt. But the actual ethos of the Quran is to promote values and ethics and love and peace. And that is why it is important to understand the Quran. It is important to learn from the teachings of the Quran and implement those teachings. In another hadith in Waqi al-Ayyam, page 439, the Prophet says, there will come a time where people وَلَا يَسْمَعُونَ الْقُرْآنَ إِلَّا بِصَوْتٍ حَسَنٍ. People will not hearken to the teachings of the Quran, but they will focus on the sweetness of the voice that is reciting the Quran. Sometimes we have individuals who judge youngsters who recite the Quran. Now, to correct someone, to tell someone that I feel you can improve here, no doubt, that is beautiful. But when you judge someone, you are making too many mistakes, Allah won't accept your recitation. No, the Prophet says it is important to hearken to the teachings of the Quran. And the month of Ramadan is also known as Shahr al-Quran, the month of the Quran. And then the Prophet says, وَلَا يَعْبُدُونَ اللَّهِ إِلَّا فِي شَهْرِ رَمَضَانِ. There are people who will only worship Allah during the month of Ramadan. Other months, it's like Allah doesn't exist. Now, I'm not saying that we should judge. It is wrong to judge any individual. You never know when that person is going to change. But it is imperative that for us individually, we need to introspect, self-reflect. I am not saying that you focus on other people's lives, but you need to ask yourself that during the month of Ramadan, for example, people say, I don't swear, I don't abuse in the month of Ramadan, I don't use obscene language. So even if they get angry, they'll tell the person, I wish it wasn't Ramadan and I would have sworn at you, I would have abused you. Now, this is not only a principle you should follow in the month of Ramadan. Yes, maybe you start in the month of Ramadan, but after the month of Ramadan, continue on that trajectory. Therefore, this is the month of the Quran. Many of us know that in today's world, it is important to attend university. Many of us know that having a degree, a master's, a PhD adds a lot of value in our CV. Now, this is for the dunya, for the world. And even the Prophet emphasizes that it is important to seek education. The first verse of the Quran says, go and learn and introspect and read. Iqra. Surah 96. But the Prophet says that there is one university that will not only help you in this world, it will be a guide for you in this world and in the hereafter. If you open Biharul Anwar, volume 92, page 19, the Prophet says, Al-Qur'anu ma'dabatullah fata'allamu ma'dabatuhu mastata'tum. The Quran is Allah's university. Therefore, pay heed and learn from this university as much as you can. You know, when you attend university classes and the professor is teaching, what do? You start writing notes. You record. Why? You want to gain as much as you can from the university professor. Now imagine, the all-knowing professor of the entire world has written a book and is telling you, seek guidance from this book. It will give you salvation. You will achieve peace and happiness and global prosperity if you pay heed to the verses of the Holy Quran. Anas bin Malik narrates from Rasulullah that he says, he who after learning from the Quran leaves it idle, without contemplating on the verses, without implementing the Quran, this individual will be questioned on the day of judgment. If you open the Quran in Surah Muhammad, chapter 47, verse 24, Allah says, أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ الْقُرْآنَ أَمْ عَلَىٰ قُلُوبٍ أَقْفَالُهَا. Ramadan, one of the purposes is to soften our hearts, to make us better human beings. How can we know whether our hearts are soft or not? Allah in the Quran says, contemplate over the verses of the Quran, and you will see how Allah unlocks your hearts. Beautiful verse of the Quran. Now, why should we learn from the Quran? Number one, to understand the truth, to distinguish truth from falsehood. There are numerous verses in the Quran. Surah 5 verse 8, Surah 4 verse 35, Surah 4 verse 135, Surah 17 verse 81, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about truth and justice. If you want truth to prevail in this world, hearken to the teachings of the Quran. So that's number one. Number two, it protects us from misfortune. Now, not only physical misfortunes, for example, accidents, injuries, or ailments, diseases. Yes, no doubt it protects us from them as well. But at the same time, it prevents us from making wrong choices in life. Allah says in the Quran, Surah 17 verse 45, وَإِذَا قَرَأْتَ الْقُرْآنَ جَعَلْنَا بَيْنَكَ وَبَيْنَ الَّذِينَ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْآخِرَةِ حِجَابًا مَسْتُورًا. When you read the Quran, Allah sets a veil between you and those who do not believe. It is a protection from individuals who may not want the best for you, from making the wrong choices and decisions in life. That's number one. That's number two. Number three, the Quran cures us from sickness. Allah says in Surah 41 verse 44, قُلْ هُوَ لِلَّذِينَ آمَنُوا هُدًى وَشِفَاءً. The Quran is a guidance and a cure from all diseases. Whether it be mental health diseases or physical health ailments, Allah says, I protect you via the Holy Quran. The Quran is a wasila for us. Imam Ali in Nahj al-Balagha says, the Quran is a cure which leaves no apprehension for disease. It is a cure after which there is no other cure. So it rids us from not only our physical ailments, but from our spiritual ailments. That's number three. Number four, Imam Sadiq salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi says in Usulul Kafi, volume 2, page 613, Qur'atul Quran fil mushaf tukhaffiful adhab. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive your parents if you recite and read the Quran, even if your parents are non-Muslim. Imagine, Allah tells the child that read the Quran, and via the Imam, Allah communicates with us that I will forgive your parents. No doubt our parents are not perfect. They must have committed mistakes and errors. Allah says, don't worry, I will forgive you, but seek guidance from the Quran. Read the Quran. Even if your parents were non-Muslim, Allah is willing to forgive them. Another reason why we should study the Holy Quran, to understand that the Quran has come to you from your Lord. If today you are told that there's a very important message from the president, let's say Mama Samia has a very big announcement, what would you do? Straight away you would go to the news and understand what Mama Samia has stated. Now Allah is saying that this is from the Lord, the King of all presidents, the Master of the universe. Allah is saying, I have a message for you. How come you are abandoning my message? Because the Quran on the day of judgment will complain that my ummah, that the Quran will complain that these individuals abandon me. The Prophet will also complain that these Muslims abandoned the Holy Quran, forsook the Holy Quran. And there is no doubt that there were people who were memorizing the Quran, people who understood the Quran, yet they did not implement the teachings of the Quran. These individuals who massacred Imam Hussein's family on the 10th of Muharram. Some of them were even people who were experts. They were deemed experts with regard to the Quran. Yet they were willing to murder and assassinate the grandson of Rasulullah. And Hazrat Abul Fadl al-Abbas was undoubtedly the manifestation of loyalty, the embodiment of truthfulness. And he asks his brother, oh my brother, allow me to go and sacrifice my life. Let me go to the battlefield and give my life. Imam Hussein said, if you go, who will be the alamdar? Who will be the flag bearer for my army? Hazrat Abbas kept on insisting that, oh my Mawla, allow me, let me go towards the battlefield. Imam Hussein then says, okay, go and bring water for these children. Hazrat Abbas took the mashq, the flask from Bibi Sakina. Bibi Sakina says, Al-Atash, Ammu Jan, Al-Atash. Oh my uncle Abbas, please bring water. We have been suffering for 3 days and 3 nights. We have not been given any water. Hazrat Abbas said, do not worry, O Sakina, I will bring water for you. Bibi Sakina started hoping. Hazrat Abbas takes the water and proceeds towards the river Euphrates. They try stopping him, but Abbas defends himself, captures the river Euphrates and sees the water and says, oh Euphrates river, I want to drink you. I have the capacity to drink you, but I will not drink you. Why? How can I drink when my Mawla is thirsty? How can I drink when my Mawla's children are suffering from thirst? He takes the water, tries to proceed, endeavors to proceed back to the camp. However, Umar ibn Sa'ad issues an order and says, attack Abbas. They attack Abbas, severs his right hand. Abbas takes the mashq with his left hand as he proceeds towards the tent. However, another mal'oon approaches Abbas, cuts off his left hand, amputates his left hand. The alam is now held by Abbas via his teeth. However, a mal'oon comes and shoots an arrow and it hits the water flask of Bibi Sakina. Hazrat Abbas said, oh Sakina, I could not fulfill your promise. When Imam Hussein holds the alam after Abbas's martyrdom and approaches the tent, Bibi Sakina gathers all the children in the hopes that now we will get water. Bibi Sakina says, let us go and take water from our uncle. My uncle is coming back. Nevertheless, they see Imam Hussein has returned. Imam Hussein says that your uncle has been martyred. Bibi Sakina looks towards the river Euphrates and Bibi Sakina says, oh my uncle, Sakina does not want water. Sakina just wants her uncle Abbas. Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Let us recite a Surah Fateha for Marhum, Shakir, Karim and Kul Marhumin, Rahmallah man kara al-Fatiha.